Canada's retaliatory tariffs on nearly $30 billion of U.S. goods are in effect as of today, following President Donald Trump's recent levies on Canadian steel and aluminum. In an attempt to lower the temperature between the countries, federal ministers and Premier Doug Ford are down in Washington tonight, seeking resolution in this trade war. Jason Gaidola joining us live in studio with the latest on this. Jason.
Good evening, Matt. Lowering the temperature were the words from White House Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick after he called the Premier himself, asking for him and federal officials to meet. And it was just moments ago Ford came out of the meeting saying that the temperature was lowered and called it an extremely productive meeting, the best he ever had. However, Ford did admit that nothing has changed regarding the tariffs. They are still in effect. Premier Ford joined Canada's Finance Minister Dominic LeBlanc, Industry Minister François-Philippe Champagne, and Ambassador to the U.S. Kirsten Hillman in the meeting. It comes days after a trade dust-up with Donald Trump that ended up with Ontario pausing its surcharge on electricity exports to the U.S. Prior to the meeting, Premier Ford did speak with Fox News about the Canadian delegation's meeting with Lutnick, and U.S. President Donald Trump held a NATO meeting in the Oval Office earlier and claims that he will not budge in this trade war.
Look, we've been ripped off for years, and we're not going to be ripped off anymore. No, I'm not going to bend at all. Aluminum or steel or cars, we're not going to bend. And there's not a thing that we need. Now, there'll be a little disruption, but it won't be very long. To be honest with you, Canada only works as a state. It doesn't. We don't need anything they have. As a state, it would be one of the great states anyway. This would be the most incredible country visually.
We see the inflation. We see investment stalls. I know I heard just internally a few investments, but the world is watching right now. And why attack your best neighbor, your treasured ally, that we're your number one customer?
Ford says there will be another meeting with Lutnick next week, adding that they only want the best outcome for both countries. Canada's extensive counter-tariff list focuses on American steel and aluminum products, which includes a wide variety of other industrial materials. It's part of a broader counter-tariff package expected to expand to $155 billion in goods by the end of the month.